Having a place in your home where you can work comfortably and productively is a dream for most creatives. But today, I want to talk to you about how that dream almost ruined my creative spirit and how you can avoid the same outcome. What's going on, guys? So today I want to talk a little bit from experience. I want to tell you about some mistakes that I made when it came to having a home office, some things that you could do differently, a couple of tips that may help add some clarity to your home production life. And I also want to tell you about a little secret that I've kind of been keeping from you for months now. Before we get started, a little bit of backstory. So as long as I've owned a creative business, I pretty much always worked from home. It started off in high school. I had like a laptop that I would work on in my bed. Like it was really, really crappy, but it got the job done. And from then, I actually moved on to college. I had a desk, I had a desktop computer, I had something where I could properly work. But of course, it was in my college dorm room, so, still nothing too fancy. Moving through college, as my workload got a little bit heavier, senior portraits then turned into wedding photos. Wedding photos then turned into wedding video. Wedding video turned into commercial videography, and the entire time I still just kind of had my desk. At this point, I was renting a room in a friend's house, and I had a futon and a very large computer desk because I knew I was investing all of my time in working and getting as least sleep as possible, which is so unhealthy. And it wasn't until I got my apartment recently that it was about 3.5 years ago that I was able to have a dedicated room dedicated to client stuff, dedicated to the things that I wanted to work on. And it was quite the upgrade. I considered this my dream space. This was a space that I could relax. I could be super productive. It's nice. It's beautiful. I had got the lighting the way I wanted to. Everything just kind of worked out, and it was in the comfort of my own home. I could be as productive as I wanted to and as comfortable as I wanted to. And as you know, this place served as the YouTube space. Like, it was ever evolving, and I got to play with so many different angles and do so many different things. And this grew to be a place where I could create videos conveniently and consistently. But this would be where I started to learn some hard lessons. As my business began to grow, the freedom that I felt in this back room slowly turned into a feeling of captivity. I had to convert some of the space that I used for like lounging and relaxing. And because my workload was growing, I converted that space into a place where I could host a second editor, where I could have people in and out of the house and getting more and more work done. After all, it was a home office, so everything was based around productivity in the end. This meant for most days, almost every day, most of the time, there was somebody in my apartment, there was people with me, and this was also the same space where I came to the back and I watched YouTube, or this is where I played PlayStation or computer video games. This is where I ate. And slowly and surely, this one room started to become my entire apartment. And that is when the burnout hit. I started to feel very, very unmotivated. I started waking up a lot later. I didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't want to do things. I was putting off a lot of stuff, and I didn't want to come back here to this room because it just didn't feel right anymore. It took some time to reflect because I had to fully remove myself on the situation to properly look back on it. But if I had to do it again, here are a couple of things that I would do differently that may just help you out. First up, be intentional. Having an office in my house for me meant that I could work on client work whenever I wanted to. That means I can sleep in late, and if I get work started at 6 p.m., that's cool. If I finish at 2 a.m., that is totally fine. But truthfully, that was quite the unhealthy lifestyle. I would genuinely get most of my work done between 9 p.m. and 2 a.m. So if you are like me and living a bit reckless, something that helped me out recently was, of course, we become creatives to get away from the 9 to 5 job, but it was about being intentional with the time that I had dedicated to the work that I do. This helped me separate my home life from my work life. Now, unless it's like an absolute emergency, I am not doing work after 6 p.m. It is my one thing that I have to get home to be able to relax and do what I want to do. And that time is mine again, because it used to be everybody else's. Next up, stay healthy. It is imperative that you give yourself some time away to stay healthy physically and mentally. I would spend all my time here working through the nights, working through the day, no breaks, that just grind culture where I felt like I could do anything as long as I put my head down and get the work done. That's fine in the grand scheme of things, but on a day-to-day, I didn't leave my house. I DoorDashed a lot of foods. I didn't touch grass, which is vital to a growing human. And I became super unhealthy. I was actually at my heaviest weight in life, just being in this house, not doing absolutely anything. And I was actually at my most unhealthy I've been mentally as well. Incorporating 1 to 2 hours a day where you go out, you walk, you get out of the house, you go to the gym, it's gonna help mix things up. It's gonna help get you out of that environment. That way you don't let it sit and linger for too long, because like me, you can get stuck in this box for so long and it starts to weigh on you. So go outside, touch grass, and be free for just a little bit each day. If you guys want to support the channel and you really enjoyed the animations that you see throughout this video, that will be because of my friends at Motion VFX. Motion VFX has decided to partner with me and let every purchase that you guys make help support the channel. That way I can grow the channel and bring you more videos just like this one. So if you are interested, I'll leave them linked down in the description below. I already use their products. It's super seamless, super integrated, and they have so much stuff to choose from. So thank you to Motion VFX for helping out, and let's get back to the video. Another big one is keeping things clean. When this room is not on camera, or was not on camera, it was a disaster. And having that disaster be present while I was editing and working would just affect the mood. And truthfully, I didn't want to be here. I didn't want to be amongst the junk. I didn't want to see boxes of random things strolled everywhere. And it was a little demotivating. I would recommend taking the last 10 minutes of your workday and organizing, cleaning, and prepping the space for the future you. That literally means you and tomorrow. Make sure that when you walk into space the next day, it's ready and it's prepped. Because truthfully, it takes the same amount of effort to leave items out of place than it does to just put them back where they belong. So keep things clean, keep things organized, and it'll add some mental clarity to your life. This one is super important to me. Setting boundaries and expectations for yourself, your team, and your clients. Set boundaries with your clients and let them know that you may not work past a certain time of the day. And videos need ample breathing room to get done. That way the edit can be fresh, because truthfully, I was at my worst when I was up at 2 a.m. delivering videos, doing edits. I was unhealthy physically, mentally, and I was just not happy with my work. So setting boundaries and those expectations lets me utilize the time that I have throughout the day, and it helps me be more productive. It helps me dedicate the time that I've set aside to do the work that I want to do. It helps me dedicate that time to get the work done. So treat yourself nicely and set proper boundaries. Now, things are a bit different. If you've been following me on Instagram, you probably already know this, but I have an actual office. And no, it is not another room in my apartment. This is an actual place outside of my house to where I can go out and get a little bit of clarity. I'm renting an office space here in my city, and truthfully, dude, it's felt great. It's felt so good reflecting on it, because I have genuinely become a happier person. And now I'm not mashing two things in my life together. So you may see me filming in there from time to time just to keep things fresh. And I wanted to create a space to where I can incorporate all of these past experiences. I can learn from it and finally have a spot that I'm happy with. I'm happy to get work done there. And I feel really refreshed every day when I go there. And now the work day, we gym for 45 minutes a day, every single day. It helps us stay organized. It helps us keep a proper schedule. And truthfully, I am down like 31 pounds since I actually started that endeavor. So it does help me feel a lot better physically, and the mental clarity is unmatched. We are very intentional with the hours that we work. We clean every single day, and we're able to set proper boundaries to make sure that we are leading a healthy and productive workspace. And now that I have my space back, I was able to turn it into a dedicated YouTube studio to bring you videos like these. So it worked out, but there's always a but. This may be one of the last videos that you see from this space, because there is an even bigger secret that I have coming up in a new video. So stay tuned to the channel and I will be talking about that. But with that all being said, that's all I have for you today, guys. So if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you loved it, consider subscribing, because I'm bringing you more content just like this every week. So you guys stay safe, you're loved, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.